welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be like a, I guess, chit chat, get ready with me. I don't do these a lot. I don't do like a lot of talk throughs, but why not? So I'm gonna use something that I've never used on camera before. This is the It Cosmetics Your Brows But Better. It's a Universal Transforming Taupe. I'm gonna zoom you guys in a little bit. Is that better? I already know this video is gonna be really long. That's why I never do these, because I talk and talk. I actually really like this pencil. It's pretty good. I personally like to do my eyes first and then go in with my face makeup. But again, it's all personal preference. Whatever you want to do, you do. So I'm going to be using the MAC paint pot. And this one is in Soft Ochre. I just like this one better because it's more yellow toned. So I'm going to apply this. My only problem with these paint pots is that they can be a little bit drying. Generally, I apply eye cream first. These primers are great, but they're tacky, so it can make it a little bit more difficult for eyeshadows to blend. I'm going to be taking my Makeup Geek palette. I'm going to take Beaches and Cream. As a really soft transition shade, I'm going to use Peach Smoothie. This is such a perfect peachy transition shade, and I love using this all over the crease. So I'm just using this with the Morphe E23. These Elite brushes are everything to me. They're just so soft. Next, I'm going to go in with the shade Desert Sands, and this was recently added to the Makeup Geek permanent line. Camel kind of shade. I love it. It kind of reminds me of MAC's Uninterrupted, but this one has more green to it. And this is the E30 from Morphe. And I'm going to take Desert Sand on the crease a little bit more precisely. This is like a fluffy, tapered kind of brush, but I like it because I have pretty hooded eyelids. This applies it in the crease, but it blows it out enough where it's not being like lost in my crease. And it also doesn't apply way too much where it's like at my freaking brow bone. So I've been wanting to do something with the shade Bitten. I love this shade. I'm going to take my Morphe E28. So I'm just going to take this into the crease more than anything. I don't want to lose that Desert Sand shade, but I do want them to both be like, oh, in your face. I love this brush because it's a tapered blending brush. It's like fluffy enough. If you have hooded eyes, these tapered blending brushes will be your life, because it's so easy for everything to get so messy and muddy, and for you to lose one shade that you applied because you blended the other one too much. I don't know if I'm the only one that has that problem, but it frustrates me so much. And I'm just going to blend the edges. Can you guys hear the little kids screaming? There's a whole bunch of kids that live in my complex. And they're funny. I think it's great that they go and play outdoors. But they just scream all the time. It's cute. I don't mind it. I'm going to go in with the shade Cocoa Bear. And this is just a reddened brown. I'm using a Morphe M506, and it's a really small, tapered kind of blending brush, but it kind of applies the product and blends it as well. So I'm going to apply this right here, just on the outer V. I'm just going to take a little bit more Bitten in the crease to kind of blend everything out. So I'm going to take the shade Mirage. I'm going to take this as my brow bone highlight. This is like a satin matte finish, but I didn't want anything frosty because I want to go in with a intense pigment. So I really want to use my Makeup Geek pigments. I never use these, and they're so good. Can you guys see how it's like a beautiful green gold? And then I'm going to take a MAC 242, but any synthetic brush would work. I'm going to take MAC Fix Plus, and I'm going to wet my brush. I always hear people talking about how, oh, you can just use eye drops instead. And I never see anybody use them. So I kind of wanted to go out and buy eye drops and like use them, because I feel like it's like, yeah, you can use eye drops. So show me. Show me I can use them. So just taking what was on the cap, like the lid of the pigment, I picked some up and I'm going to press this. Wetting your brush just intensifies the shade so much. I don't even know if the camera is like doing it justice. So I'm going to take a little bit more of Cocoa Bear and I'm going to kind of blend the lid shade with the outer V. I actually want it to be a little bit deeper, so I'm going to go back in with Bitten. I'm going to try to deepen this out a little bit more. And then just blend the lid with the crease. Honestly, you guys can skip that Cocoa Bear step altogether. I want to deepen it out a little tiny more, so I'm going to take the shade called Mocha. It's just like a neutral brown shade. I just want a little tiny bit more depth. And I just want to intensify that lid shade because you do lose a little bit of it when you're blending. Pat that on. Just go back in with that blending brush and blend away. I'm gonna clean up the edges. If you want to go in with wing liner or if you want to go in with falsies, do you, boo. I love falsies and I think that they look gorgeous, but realistically speaking, I don't wear them every day. I really don't. But a mascara that I have been loving so much. I didn't love this mascara as much when I first opened it as much as I do now. Like when it dried out, I just feel like it does such wonders on my lashes. This is the Tarte Light Camera Action. What? Light Camera. What? Oh my god. Light Camera Lashes Mascara. I love it. I think it's so wonderful. I'm just gonna add 2 thick coats of this baby. To prime my face, I'm going to use the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. This is just a really beautiful illuminating face primer. I love it. I like the way it smells. I don't know what it smells like, but it smells so good. It smells kind of citrusy. I'm sorry if I'm looking at the viewfinder right now. I am using this as a mirror. So for foundation, I'm going to use the CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous. I have mine in the shade 210 Medium Beige. I really like this foundation. You guys always blend down your neck. It is so crucial. It's not cute when you can see like all the makeup and then just like this intense line. Next, I'm going to take concealer. This is my Bare Minerals Bare Skin Concealer. This is in the shade Light. I really like this, like a lot. And the applicator reminds me a lot of the Urban Decay one. So I'm going to use this under the eyes to conceal and highlight. This has a really pretty, dewy, natural, healthy finish. I love it. So the reason why I conceal this way is because my nose, around my nose, it tends to get pretty red. Under my eyes I have pretty dark circles and I want it to be bright, but I don't want it to be too bright. And I also don't bring it all the way back, as you guys can see, because my face is pretty round and wide. And I feel that when you bring out your concealer, you're just kind of like widening your face. I'm blending this in with the most amazing under eye concealer and concealer blending brush, period. This is the Morphe G2. I swear you guys would think that I was sponsored by these people. They have no idea who the hell I am. Okay, so I'm going to take the Wet n Wild contouring palette, and this is in Dulce de Leche. So I'm going to take this lighter shade with an e.l.f. blush brush, and I'm going to use this to set my under eye. And as always, I press into the skin. Not hard, but just press it into the skin. Can you guys see that like nice dewy, healthy finish that the concealer has? But that will crease under my eye, so I have to set it. To set the rest of my face, I'm going to take my Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. This is in 220, and I'm just going to take a stipple brush. Kind of set the rest of my face so that my powders can blend a lot smoother. I'm going to take the contouring shade with an e.l.f. angled blush brush. This is a really light contour shade. And it's like really cool toned. So I'm going to go in with the bronzer after. So I'm going to place a little bit of this on the side of my brush and put it on my nose to contour my nose. To bronze up my skin, I'm going to use the Physicians Formula Bronze Booster. And I'm actually going to use the shade light to medium. I generally use the medium to dark, but I've gotten pretty fair. So I'm taking this with the Morphe G8. It's really subtle. It doesn't get too orangey or too intense. And I love it. So like I told you guys before, I don't highlight all the way out here, but I do bronze it up and contour it a little bit. That way it narrows out my face a little bit more. So that's what I do instead. Okay, for blush, I'm going to use my beautiful Tarte Bling It On palette. And I'm actually going to mix the shade Fetching and Prim. So I'm going to be using these two shades right here. And I place this on the apples of the cheek and blend backward. Okay, I'm going to turn off my candle because it's getting a little intense up in here. To highlight my face, I'm going to take the Kat Von D Metal Crush eyeshadow, and this is in Thunderstruck. I'm placing this with the Sigma E50 brush on the cheekbones, and I'm blending it down to the apples of the cheek. Do you guys see how pretty it is? It's so soft and subtle but beautiful. I'm going to go back to the under eyes, and I'm going to take the shade Bitten, and I'm going to place this really tightly on the lower lash line. This is an e.l.f. flat eyeliner brush. For eyeliner, I'm going to take MAC Costa Riche. I just love the reddened undertone that this has. So I'm going to place that in the waterline. So I'm going to take Mocha on the outer part of my lash line, just to deepen it out. I'm going to take the same Morphe M506 and I just put some Desert Stone, and I'm going to blend out that bit in and just kind of smoke it out a little bit. So for my lower lash mascara, I'm going to take Maybelline Lash Sensational in Blackest Black, and I'm just going to coat my lower lashes. For lips, we're going to take the NYX Natural Lip Liner. You guys know this is my favorite in the world. I'm so hungry. You gonna eat Chicken Kitchen? I don't really like Chicken Kitchen. Sasha's asking me why I don't like it, because she plays things out. Every day she wants Chicken Kitchen. I try to make them as even as possible. Makeup Monsters. This is a liquid lipstick, and this specific shade is Hit the Dirt. Isn't this lip color gorgeous? Oh my god, I'm so obsessed. And then I'm going to take that same shade as my inner corner highlight. And of course I'm going to set my brows with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. And that is it for today's makeup. Thank you guys so much for watching. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I don't know where I was going with it, but I kind of like it. I love you, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!